It is Friday afternoon. We did the same thing that we do every weekday. I worked. She went to the gym. We hung out. Shout out Jason for the hat. Just realized I was wearing that.
We're both wearing Julian merch too. Shout out Julian Solomita.
So yeah, I wanted to give a little background on this little pit stop that we made. We're on the way to Pikes Peak, and at lunch we typically watch GMM just because it's pretty quick and it's just fun to watch. I'm sure you already know, but if you don't, GMM is Good Mythical Morning. It's Rhett and Link. They do this morning show. It's been going on for over a decade. So anyways, they did a video on the best fast food fish sandwich, and it got me thinking that I've never had a fast food fish sandwich because that phrase sounds disgusting, but she has a couple times and it looked good, so decided to get the one they said was the best, which is, see this, Popeye's fish sandwich.
We also got some fries, but I've already devoured them.
Looks good, smells good. It's a spicy one too, so can't be bad. That's pretty good. And it's spicy too. Try it.
Sure.
Not bad.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, well.
Try that.
Might start getting that. Oh gosh, it's a little hot. All right, we're headed to Pikes Peak. Like I said, we want to do some hiking. We want to go to the top. I think you can drive. There's an access road all the way to the top, but my GPS sent me a notification saying that toll road, which is what it's called, is closed. So I don't know if it's like a temporary closure for an hour, if it's closed for just snow, just closed for time, I don't know. But we're still gonna go over there. Worst case, there's a lot of trails around there, so we can find one we can hike on a bit. So we will see y'all there. We struck out with Pikes Peak. Did not realize that the park, the last person that can go up in the park is like 3:30, and then the last person to like come down off the summit is at like 4 o'clock. Of course, we got there at like 4:25. So
because we don't look anything up before we do it, we just go.
Yeah. So we're trying to find stuff to do. We consider maybe going to like a winery or a brewery, and also there's this place called Cave of the Winds. This seems like another drive like that Skyline drive we did. So we might go see that, and I'm not sure what else. We're at the top. Well, I think it's blown away. It is insane over here. I convinced her to get out so she can feel the wind.
I think you forget I'm from the Windy City.
It's really beautiful over here, but it is cold.
Definitely crazy.
Yeah. left Golden, Colorado. We met one of my old co-workers and good friends to eat at a local spot, and then we walked around the town and looked at the shops. They're really cool.
It's just a cute little small, you know, touristy town, a lot like the other ones that we've went to. They're just really cool. They're really cool places to go to.
Yeah, and some of you, if you're diehard, I'm not going to say the beer fan yet, but there's a factory that is based out of here, and
you can schedule a tour.
You schedule a tour, and it's it's right next to the Rockies. It's Coors Light, or Coors. We didn't realize that it was there until my friend was like, "You going to see the Coors factory?" I'm like, no, didn't think about that. So that kind of sucks, but it's all good. We got to see it. I got to have a couple Coors at lunch, so I think that's good enough.
So right now we are headed to the Red Rocks Amphitheater. His friend actually told us that if we're not careful, we'll park in the wrong spot and have to hike like 4 miles. She said that it's basically, when you do go to a concert there, it's basically like a whole little workout that you have to do. So we're gonna try to figure out which parking lot we should go to.
Not really sure what we're gonna do after that. We want to see some stuff. We're gonna drive through downtown Denver just to see it. We're kind of over cities right now because we know we've got other stuff planned later on in the trip for big cities, and we don't want to go see just to see the city, and we're in Colorado, so we want to see something cool. But yeah, I don't know. We'll probably, there's plenty of places we can look at. We just got to figure out what we're going to do. We're now in Boulder, Colorado. We left the Red Rock Amphitheater. It was really cool. We decided to come here. It's something called the Pearl Street Mall. I think it's just like an outdoor mall area. It's in downtown Boulder. Gonna hang out here for a bit. Maybe look at some other stuff. We decided we were gonna go to Boulder instead of Denver.
We just decided that we didn't want to go see Denver because we will eventually be going to Chicago, and we're going to be going to Minneapolis, and just we'll be in big cities, and big cities we care more about. If we went to Denver, it would just be to say that we did. So we just decided that we'd rather see Boulder than Denver.
Yep. All right, we'll go check this thing out. What's up? It is Sunday morning. We slept in a little bit. We paid for a late checkout so we could go see Pikes Peak. One more thing before we head out. It's pretty easy. We drive through the highway. I think there's a little viewpoints throughout, and you go all the way to the summit. Hopefully that's open.
Sometimes I close the road to the summit because it's too icy or conditions just are not right. But honestly, today is probably the sunniest, like least cloudy day we've seen. it should be open. Hopefully it will be open.
Yep, then we'll head back and we will pack up and head out. Our next spot is Grand Junction, Colorado. It's a little over halfway to our next spot, which is Salt Lake City. So, got about a 5.5 hour drive, which is gonna suck. But
tomorrow's drive isn't that bad. It's only like 3, right?
Well, it was only 3 if they're gonna go to Provo, but Salt Lake City is a half like that. It is what it is. This is what it's what you have to deal with if you're gonna be in RV life. So, anyways, we'll hopefully get one last Dutch Bros before we leave. I don't know what states has it, but
I think Utah is the last place, but they might be like slim pickings.
So
we can see Garden of the Gods clear as day right now. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all. This is a thing up at Pikes Peak when you get to the top of the summit to get these donuts, so we got them and they're very good. And then we also got, they have a little water fountain in the gift shop. Comes from, there's a waterfall close by that all the water they source it from, and we got the bottle version. So a must do if you come up to the top of the summit, right? Be real candid with y'all. So that Pikes Peak trip was awesome. The views were beautiful. I'm sure you saw that. But as we got to the top, Hayden and I both started getting a little queasy, and
realize it's a 20-mile drive. And it takes about an hour to get to the top. So we just had like a breakfast bar in the morning, and that's it.
And wore a t-shirt and like a hoodie.
Yeah, we were freezing cold because it was like 15 degrees with the wind blowing up there and snowing.
Yep.
So, anyways, we got into the gift shop and got a couple things, and then we were in line, and I started to feel, I've had a couple tattoos, and both times I almost passed out, and I thought it was because I just didn't eat or didn't have enough sugar that day, but I felt the same exact way today, just in line. And they had these donuts you saw that we got, and while we were in line for those, I was like, I'm gonna pass out. So she got me a Pepsi, and I'm starting to feel a little bit better, but it kind of soured the trip a little bit because it felt like crap, and then she started to get a headache too. I think we're just not used to being that high up. It was almost 15,000 feet, which is, I mean, the pressure up there is way different than just being anywhere else. So to add on to that, we went to Dutch Bros, and her car did fine the entire drive, and then we pull into Dutch Bros line, and 3 lights come on. One's like a collision light, one is like some warning light. Her parking aid that this car has, it like acted like it thinks we're gonna crash essentially, and then the car just shut off. So I turned it back on, and it was kind of in limp mode for a second, where I would hit the gas and we would just barely go.
Yeah.
But I turned it back on again, and it allowed us to go. So I don't know if this has happened before with her car, and this could be us just making this up, but we feel like it happened last time we were in a really cold environment. So
may just not be used to the cold environment, especially because we lived in Wilmington for so long.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be okay if we just get it back, get it up on the tow dolly, and then just turn it off, obviously, until we get to wherever we're going. Actually, when we get back, we'll have to go ahead and start breaking down pretty quickly because we have to be out by 3. It says right now that we're going to get there at 2:27, so we're going to break down really quickly. He's going to throw my car up there, and then we'll be headed out to Grand Junction for the night.
It was worth it to go see Pikes Peak.
Yeah.
But just be aware of that if you've never been around that, or if you get, the roads are pretty windy. They have a shuttle that goes all the way to the top. I don't know
where it starts.
I don't know where it starts. I don't know if it would be any worse with altitude sickness because you go up so fast, I'm sure, as opposed to it taking us an hour to get to the top. So it's just something to be aware of.
Make sure you eat something that is like an actual good balanced food rather than just a protein bar, and dress warm because if it's cold